Rathods Science Academy. Today in this session we are going to see current affairs of 5th January 2024. So let's get started with our discussion. And today is Sunday. There are very less number of articles which are relevant from your examination point of view, but my sincere suggestion is please don't skip your Sunday's newspaper, because you can cover science and technology and as well as environment and ecology related current affairs from your Sunday's newspaper. So without wasting any time, let's get started. And I want to make a small announcement. We in Rathods Science, we started anthropology optional, and anthropology optional will be taken by me. So from yesterday onwards, the batch had been started, and if you want to take admission, you can take on online and as well as offline. Okay, that is your wish. And if you want to contact us, you can contact us on the number which is appearing on the screen. And one more thing is the new foundation batch is also going to be started after this Sankranti vacation. So already registration had been open and admissions are going on progress. So try to book your slot because there are very limited seats. Okay, let us see the first article. So if you see the title, you can see new governor suggests use of NSA in Manipur. So recently we discussed that many governors in different states had been appointed. At that time we discussed about what are the provisions regarding governor, and we saw about what is eligibility criteria, what is the removal process, everything. But here first time the meeting of this governor happened in this Manipur, that is new governor. So because of this we have to see this article. So there are two keywords. First one is governor. And second keyword is, if you see in this title, we have NSA. NSA is another keyword. Okay, let us see from which subject we can see this. So governor, you can see in your GS paper 2 under polity. So if you open your Lakshmikant, under state executive, you will be having this governor. So what are the things that you have to see? You have to see articles or constitutional provisions related to your governor, and you have to see eligibility criteria for appointment, and you have to see appointment process, and what is the removal process, and you have to see the tenure. And especially this year you have to focus on discretionary powers. You have to focus on discretionary powers of governor. So you may expect a question. Okay, so you may expect both prelims and mains based question from this area for sure, guys, because many a times in this Kerala, in the Tamil Nadu, and even in Delhi also, there is tussle which is going on between CM and governor because of this discretionary powers. So there is a high chance, and focus on that. Okay, so these are some important areas that you have to see from this governor. And if you see from this NSA, what is this NSA? It is National Security Act. So you have to know about some basic facts regarding this National Security Act and some basic provisions. And you have to see what are the advantages and disadvantages. So these are very important, and from this area you can expect prelims based question, not means but prelims based. So where you will see about this NSA in your GS paper 2 under governance, and next one is in GS paper 3 under internal security. Okay, you will be seeing this NSA, that is National Security Act. Okay, now let us see why this NSA is in use. So newly appointed governor of Manipur, he conducted first security review meet. And in this meet, they want to address the problem of law and order. So why this meet held suddenly? So if you are following the current affairs, so I think 2 days ago we discussed one article that there is increased what? There is increased violence in Northeast. Yes or no? So report, that is Union Home Ministry released a report. In this report it said there is increased violence in this northeastern states. And in this northeastern states, 77% of violence happened in Manipur. So whenever increased violence, obviously it will be causing disruption of law and order. So because of this, newly appointed governor conducted a meet, and in this meet they are discussing about law and order situation in Manipur. So to control this violence and to maintain law and order, so one suggestion which is given by governor is, yes, state police can use this National Security Act. Okay, so in this context, he said that yes, we can use this provision of National Security Act to control violence in Manipur and to detain individuals who are involved in these violent activities without any trail. So under this National Security Act, it says that if any person who is indulged in this violence activities, they can be detained without any trail. Okay, so that is one advantage, and here our governor said that yes, we can use this. So if you see some important details, so the first important thing which focused on this governor is use of NSA, and second important thing he focused on youth. So youth are involving in this. So why youth are involving in this violence type of activities? Because of unemployment. Yes or no? If they are having good jobs, they will be going to the office and they will be doing their work. So because of unemployment, so they are indulging in this violence activities. So here, governor also said that we have to empower youth. So empowering how? So we have options like skill development, and we have options like increasing of employment opportunities, and we have to improve education, and government can provide some incentives, okay, for these people. So in this way we can empower the youth. So this is the second point which said here, so that we can mitigate insurgency and as well as violence among young people, so that we can ensure stable environment in this region. And next one here is, he also said that we have to use the legal framework, that is nothing but NSA. So in this context, you have to see what is this NSA, and from this area there is a chance of getting your prelims. So NSA passed by Parliament in year 1980 itself. So you have to see that the Parent Act came up in year 1980, but it had been amended many times. Okay, so under this act, it will be empowering the state to detain a person without a formal charge or without a trail. Okay, so why we need this? Because we need to maintain security of the state. Whenever we want to maintain the public order, law and order, so we can use this NSA. Okay, so what are the grounds of detention? So under this NSA, so we want to prevent a person from acting in any manner which is prejudicial for the defense of India. That means against security of our country. Okay, and even we can use that whenever any person who is doing something against any country. Okay, and for the security of our country also we can use this. Okay, that is the thing. And see this article. Cruise terminal proposed for Great Nicobar Island. So what are the keywords? Okay, so first one is, we saw one place name. So what is that place? Great Nicobar Island. Great Nicobar Island. And one more keyword that you can see is cruise terminal. It is International Cruise Terminal. So it comes under infrastructure project. Okay, let us see from which subject we can connect with this. This comes under your GS paper 1 under geography. So in your geography, you might have studied this topic called as islands. Okay, especially in this topic of Indian islands, you will be studying about Andaman and Nicobar and as well as Lakshadweep. So there you can see. And from that point of view, what are the dimensions you have to see? You have to see the basic facts regarding location, and you have to know about this 10-degree channel, and you have to see important water passages, Okay, and even you have to see important tribes who are in this region. And actually they are talking that we are going to have infrastructure project like international cruise terminal now in this region. So we can connect this topic from our GS paper 3 under environment and ecology, and infrastructure is part of our GS 3 under economy as well. Okay, from environment and ecology, as you all know that, so this Andaman and Nicobar comes under biological hotspot, right? So here biodiversity hotspot. So here we can see wide range of animals, good forest, everything will be there, right? So if you are going for any development project, it will be affecting, of course, biodiversity. So you have to see about which are the animal species endemic to this Nicobar Islands. And even here in geography, you can see formation of these islands, how this islands had been formed. And here you have to see what is the ecological impact of this project. Okay, and even you can see impact on this tribal people. And next, from economy point of view, you have to see what are the advantages of infrastructure projects. Okay, and even you have to see what is this development project in this Nicobar. So we are going for construction of airport, ports, and as well as hotels, everything, right? So you have to see what is that Nicobar development project and what are the things that are there. So actually it is one of the extension of this Nicobar development project. Okay, now let us see why it is in use. So Union Shipping Ministry proposed an ambitious 72,000 crore mega infrastructure project for this Greater Nicobar Island. So under this development project, they are going for international cruise terminal and port-led city and high-end tourism facilities, and even they are going for ship breaking yard. So here if you see the key points, the first one is whenever we are going for this kind of infrastructure development projects, it will be having impact on biodiversity ecosystem of this Nicobar. And even this article is saying that whenever we are going for this development projects, during this construction, so human population will be increased, human activities will be increased, obviously pollution will happen, and that leads to habitat destruction. So it will be having long-term ecological consequences, and sometimes these consequences are irreversible. We can't bring that back to the original situation. And actually, if you see, whenever government is focusing on this kind of developmental projects, so always there is a conflict, that is environment versus economy. So here, by this developments which is happening in the government, we can understand that government is giving priority for this economic compared to that of environment. So they are compromising on this environment because government is also having its own challenges like poverty, hunger, job creation, okay, everything. For that they are focusing on economy. And even when we are going for this developmental projects, we can attract more number of tourists, so we can increase what transportation facility, connectedness, etc., so that we can also get good tourism revenue, because Andaman and Nicobar, it is one of the important natural tourist site, right? Okay, so that will lead to potential degradation of our environment. So that is the second important point that you have to remember. And next one here is whenever we are including high-end tourism in the proposed developments, it is also saying that yes, travelers will be increased. So whenever the number of tourists or travelers are increasing, do we have the mechanism to maintain that people? That is the thing we have to see. And whenever travelers and tourists are coming, that will lead to commodification of the culture which is present in that region, and even commodification of environment. So because of this, the indigenous local tribal people who are present in that region, they will be get exploited. Okay, so this is also one important cause of concern. Okay, and if you see some facts regarding this Great Nicobar Island, so this Great Nicobar Island is the southernmost and largest of Nicobar Islands, and actually it is present in Bay of Bengal, and this region is full of tropical rainforest. It is very good in biodiversity. And if you see this Indira Point, it is the southernmost tip of this Nicobar and had been submerged during this 2004 tsunami. Okay, so that is the thing. And if you see 10-degree channel which is dividing Andaman and Nicobar, so this had been asked in number of other competitive examination. You have to remember this 8-degree channel, 9-degree channel and 10-degree channel separating what and what. Okay, and even Great Nicobar has 2 national parks, and we are having a biosphere reserve, and we have tribal groups. You have to remember them. That is Shompen, Ong, Andamanese, Nicobarese tribal groups. Okay, so this is about this topic, and see here image. So this part is Andaman and this part is Nicobar. So it is divided normally. Okay, so here if you see, this is 11-degree channel which is dividing this lower Andaman and little Andaman. So but here we have 10-degree channel which is dividing this Andaman with Nicobar. And if you see Nicobar Islands clearly, so here we have Car Nicobar, and here we have Little Nicobar, and here we have Great Nicobar. So there is a chance of getting question like examiner can ask you to arrange these places from north to south or south to north. You have to be very careful. So we will be having Little Nicobar in between Great Nicobar and Car Nicobar. Okay, let us see the next article. 20 injured in Tamil Nadu's first Jallikattu of 2025. So recently we saw about this Jallikattu, it is bull taming game, right? Okay, Jallikattu is seen in which state? It is in Tamil Nadu. So in the same way, another bull taming sport is Kambala in Karnataka. So just see about some basic facts regarding this Jallikattu, and you have to see about this Wildlife Protection Act of 1972 which banned this game. And again Tamil Nadu state came up with its own law, and finally they are conducting this Jallikattu once again. Okay, just see about this facts of Jallikattu. That's it. And see here, 6 workers killed in blast at firecracker unit in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu, especially one region, that is Sivakasi region, is very good in manufacturing of firecrackers. And to say like, in fact, actually the Sivakasi region is supplying crackers throughout India, especially. So if you see what is happening in this firecracker industry is, so in firecracker industry in Tamil Nadu, so they are having lots of problems. And frequently accidents will happen that causes loss of lives of workers who are working in that units. So problems are there is no license. So without license they will be working. And actually the people who are working, they will be not given proper training regarding how to handle these chemical explosives. And next one is the people don't have proper skills. And next one is there is no proper regulatory condition for the storage. So not only the preparing, while preparing they have to handle these chemicals, but even they have to store that chemicals properly. There will be no proper storage conditions. And even from government side, there will be no proper regular inspections. So there will be no inspections. Okay. So these are the problems in this firecracker industry. So if you are getting any case study, you have to see these problems and you have to write what are the measures can be taken. Okay, see about this measures, then your work is done. Okay, see another article. Villages will play a key role in realizing dream of Viksit Bharat, says Prime Minister. So whenever Prime Minister or President or any famous personality, if they are giving any statements like External Affairs Minister or Union Finance Minister, you can use our statements directly in introduction or like conclusion part of your mains answers and also even in your essay. So this is a very good statement which is given by Prime Minister. So normally whenever we are talking about this Viksit Bharat 2047, we'll think that development of a country which happens through urban areas only. But our Prime Minister said that it is not only urban areas which are important for achieving this developed status of a country, but even here villages plays a very important role. So now tell me, how villages plays a very important role in achieving our targets? What is the role played by a village to achieve this Viksit Bharat 2047? The students who don't know what is this Viksit Bharat 2047, it is nothing but to get developed status for India from developing country status. So how this village will contribute? So what are the steps can be taken in the villages? Tell me now. So first one is we have to go for developing of infrastructure in villages. For example, there is a need of proper road connectivity, proper rail connectivity, so that we can connect with these villages. Because normally, you know that Indian economy is dependent on agriculture. So till now also in this 2024, 2025 also we are saying that primary economy is the backbone of India's economy, right? So where this production of agriculture which happens normally in villages. So from villages, there will be increasing of supply of goods and services. Okay, that will helpful for generating or increasing of our GDP, right? And next one here is we can go for empowering of villagers. And we can address this problem of rural to urban migration. Okay, so like that he said 4 to 5 important points which says that not only urban areas but even villages are important for achieving of our India's target of Viksit Bharat 2047. So from which subject we can say this? From GS paper 3 under economy. And also we can connect this from GS paper 2 under governance, because it is the responsibility of government to come up with schemes, policies and acts. And next one is from GS paper 2 under society. Okay, so from all these subjects we can see this article. Okay, now let us see what are the points given by our Prime Minister so that you can use directly in your answers, guys. So first one is, he said that national development, or sorry, especially if you are focusing on the national priority, even rural development is one important priority. So he says that whenever government is investing in the infrastructure and basic necessities of these rural communities, then they will be getting empowered. So that whatever the socio-economic disparities are there, we can decrease that. That will be leading to economic growth, and even that will be enhancing the quality of life of millions of citizens who are present in these villages. And next one here is we can also improve self-reliance of this rural areas, especially whenever government is giving some incentives or government is providing support. So we can also increase empowerment of rural people so that they can come and they can start entrepreneurs or local entrepreneurship, and we can also support local innovation so that we can reduce reliance on urban centers for economic opportunities, and even we can create jobs in rural areas so that we can go for sustainable livelihoods in these rural areas. And even we can also promote our local crafts, traditions and innovations so that we can also boost tourism for our local culture, so that we can also create some other economic activities in that region. And even we can make our tradition alive so that next generation can learn that. Okay, that is the thing. And even one more point, as I said, our Prime Minister said that whenever we are improving infrastructure in the rural areas, that will not only improve the quality of life of villagers, but even that will help for the movement of goods and services between these rural and urban areas, so that we can achieve a balanced economic growth. Okay, that is the thing. And see this article, cowpea seeds sprout in space and first robotic arm operated, says ISRO. So you know that this 2024 year has been ended by last space mission of 2024, that is PSLV. What is that mission? PSLV C60. That is also called as SpadeX mission, right? So actually here what ISRO did was it also took some cowpea seeds, and these are commonly called as lobia in Hindi and tataparayu in Tamil. And finally they had been sprouted. That means they are especially seeing about flora in extraterrestrial environments. So now here ISRO is also having capabilities of growing and sustaining flora in extraterrestrial environment, and in this study they are going to see like 5 to 7 days of experiment, and they plan to just whether they want to see whether seed is going to germinate and whether the plant will sustain until 2 leaf stage or not in this microgravity environment. So why they gone for only sprouting of seed and germination of seed, that to 2 leaf stage? Because after months, this is seed, okay? Whenever you are keeping that seed in soil and if you are pouring some water, what happens? Slowly it germinates, right? And after germinating, it will form first root, and these cotyledons later on they will convert into 2 leaves, right? In this way. So till this stage they will be studying. Because why they can't go for beyond this stage? Because in space what happened? Do we have gravity? No, right? So actually this plant grows on a mechanism called as gravitism. Okay, this plant will grows on a concept called as gravitism. So root will be going into inside. That means it is acting or it is going according to the gravitational force. So what is this gravitational force? If you're throwing anything up, it will be attracting towards it. So here root is also attracting towards inside. It is called as positive gravitism. But what is the shoot part, leaves and stem? It will be growing against gravitational force, right? So it is called as negative gravitism. But in space there is no gravity. So because of this, the study of this ISRO, which is doing only till the seed germination and whether plant will be sustenance at this 2 leaf stage in this microgravity environment or not. Okay, so that is the thing. So this is the one of the successful mission of ISRO. So whenever you are writing about space success, you can also add about germination of this cowpea seed experiment of ISRO, which is a part of SpadeX in PSLV C60. Okay, it is very important, guys. And see this article, study traces route of Ebola virus to the skin surface. Okay, you know about this Ebola virus, right? So whenever you're getting this virus on your body, you will be seeing like a big swelling which is filled with water. So 1 minute, I will be showing you the image how this Ebola virus infection look like. So this is the Ebola virus. So on skin, you will be getting this kind of scars. Okay. There is none of the image which is showing real thing. Yeah, here you can see. So this kind of scars which happens on the surface of the skin. Okay, so here finally our scientists, they founded that, so through which route Ebola virus is entering into the body. So they said that through the skin only this Ebola virus is entering into the body and it is causing infection. Okay, now let us see that clearly. So in a new study, researchers in the US, they have traced a cellular route. So we are having special kind of skin cells. So with that skin cells, they are attaching to that skin cells and directly entering into the inside of the body. So here they said that new cell types within the skin that are targeted by the virus during the infection, and it shows that this human skin specimens are actively supporting the virus infection. So it is not through nasal route or it is not through any route, but it is directly to the skin itself, they are entering into the body. So if you see some facts regarding this Ebola disease, it is a very rare severe illness in humans. It is mainly caused by virus. Okay, it is seen in sub-Saharan Africa normally. So for the first time, it gets this name from this identification of this virus. It is across this Ebola river. So the name which is given for this virus is Ebola virus. So how the transmission happens, it is not like that much contagious. It is more common like virus like cold, influenza, etc. So it is spread through the contact with the skin or bodily fluids. And even from the skin to skin contact, it will be transmitted from one person to another person. Okay, that is the thing. And say this article, why public health nutrition policies need precise targeting. So this article is very important. Students who are preparing for interview, you may get question on this. Okay, for sure you have to prepare on this topic. So actually we are having global nutrition targets. Okay, write down somewhere. So we have this global nutrition targets, and these targets are set up by WHA, that is World Health Assembly. And it said that we have to achieve this target by 2030. So what are the targets under this? So first one is to reduce stunting by 40% under 5 years age of children, and to reduce anemia by 50% of women in reproductive age, and no increase in child's overweight. So these are the some important targets under this global nutrition targets. So actually the year we have to achieve this is like same as sustainable development goals, that is even 2030. So here this article is saying that many countries, they are not going to achieve this target by 2030. And even in that countries list, India is one of the countries. So we have to focus on that. Okay, let us see here why public health nutrition policies need to precise targeting. So here, actually, this article is saying that Lancet highlighted that there is a very slow and inconsistent progress in 204 countries from 2012 to 2021, and many countries are not going to achieve this targets by 2030. So because of this is issue. So what is happening in India is, so there is ineffective focus on iron deficiency. So one important target is we have to reduce anemia by 50%. So normally there is a perception that anemia is caused by iron deficiency, right? So because of this, our government is focusing on providing iron supplements for women. But the recent study said that iron deficiency is only 1/3 cause. Only 1/3 case of anemia they are having because of iron deficiency. What about 2/3? 2/3 are because of different reasons. So if you're focusing on this only means, so we are not going to achieve this target of 50%. So this is the first one. So this article said that we need to go for understanding of dietary needs of diverse nutrient intake, so that we can effectively manage this anemia. And next one here is we are also not having proper diagnostic methods. So we need to have a standardized diagnostic practices. And next one here is stunting. Stunting is nothing but low height. Okay, stunting and wasting. Wasting is nothing but weight. Stunting is nothing but low height. So especially stunting is normally seen in the first 2 years of life. Okay, so when you are going for overfeeding in the children after this age that is 2 years, to combat this stunting, that may leads to unhealthy weight gain. Normally stunting is seen within 2 years of time. At that time we have to go for good feeding of children, rather than that if we are going for feeding good after 2 years of age, that will leads to weight gain. Again, it is one important problem. So we need a targeted nutritional interventions in the early stage of childhood, so that we can prevent long-term health issues as well. And even we have to have a proper list of what are the nutritional requirements of the children, so that we can ensure healthy growth and development. Okay, that is the thing. Okay, so these are the important topics that happened in our today's Hindu newspaper. By this I'm concluding. And if you want to join this anthropology course, you can contact us on this number 8074 765513, and you can also message me on WhatsApp. And even new batch is going to be started from this around third week of January. So if you want to take admissions, you can take. And in this academy, we are going to short complete each and every subject and completion of your syllabus on time, along with the practice and along with the current affairs. Okay, try to take a right decision. Okay, so that's it, guys. Thank you so much, and please do subscribe to Rathods Academy, and don't forget to like and share this class to your friends.